Hey guys, so in this video I'll be showing you an overview of the admin dashboard. So say if you just recently got into WordPress, then this video will help you with managing your WordPress website. So if this is something you'd like to learn how to do, then watch this video. Okay, so this is the main dashboard of the WordPress admin. So this is where all your updated notifications will be seen. So this can get pretty bloated, so you just want to make sure you go through each of the notifications. So some of these are just marketing messages, so you can just exit those, and then if you just recently updated WordPress, then you can just dismiss this message. Okay, so certain apps have integrated widgets within the dashboard, so you can view them here, and you can also just rearrange them. So say if you're an e-commerce store, then you want to have your sales metrics probably at the top here. Okay, so this one is for WP form, so it just shows the latest entries. This is for creating posts within the dashboard, so it's better to do it within post, but if you just have a quick draft, then you can do that here. Okay, and this is from WordPress, so any events and news for WordPress. And this is important here is your site health status. You want to stay up to date with this, as this can provide you some useful information about your website, say security or performance risks. So we can click into that. So right in here, it gives you recommended improvements. So it's saying that we should remove inactive themes, as any third-party plugins or themes could be a security vulnerability, especially if they're not maintained anymore. Okay, and then if there's any critical issues, then you want to make sure you resolve this immediately, as this is usually for security or vulnerability purposes, as well as with site performance. Okay, and then if you go here into info, okay, and then over here in info, it just gives you a site overview of all your database and plugins. So if you're looking to, say, debug an issue, then this is a good interface to look through. Okay, so back in the dashboard. Okay, just scrolling down as well. So at a glance, I usually keep this up at the top as well. So if you're just like a content site, so just keep this up here. And then essentially this tells you how many posts you have, how many comments, pages, as well as your current WordPress version, and then your current theme. So that's just an overview of your entire website. Okay, so down here is activity. So if you have multiple collaborators on your WordPress dashboard, then you can see all the activity here. Say if someone posted some new content or any new comments. So this is just your activity monitor. So this would be useful for, say, a social media site or a blog site. Okay, and then over here is screen options. So if you want to disable any of these, you can just disable that here. So you can just turn it off and then turn it on, and then you can also just minimize it like so. So when you open up the admin, the dashboard is the first thing you see. So it's an important part of the WordPress admin. Okay, so moving on, let's go to updates. Okay, so over here in updates, you can see your current WordPress version, as well as any available plugin updates or theme updates. So you can do that directly within updates. You always want to make sure you have your WordPress plugins and themes up to date, as they might contain security vulnerabilities and performance issues, especially when a new WordPress version comes out. Then plugins as well have to adapt their code base to accommodate the new WordPress version. Okay, so next we'll go over posts. Okay, so this is kind of the heart of WordPress. So it's essentially a blogging platform. Okay, so you can add posts here. So viewing all your posts, categories, and tags. So we go to add posts. Okay, and then this is the Gutenberg editor. So you can just add your title and then blocks. So you can do paragraphs, images, as well as third-party widgets. Okay, and then, so hello world, hello. Okay. So I won't set an image here, but you can do categories and tags for your posts. So you can add that here, or we can go through directly in the admin. Okay, so I'll just use the uncategorized category here, and then over here is the tag, so you can just say hello. Okay, and then I'll add tag. Okay, and then we can go here into save draft. So if it's not ready yet, then you can save it here and it won't be published to the main website. Or we can go publish. I'll just go publish. Okay, and then we can just view the post here. So this is the post. Okay, so that's posts. And again, you can go here into categories and tags to add bulk categories and tags. Okay, so next is media here. So this is just where you upload all your media files. Okay, so you can just upload it here, and then, so if you're doing a lot of uploads, then it will be faster to do it here compared to doing it one by one, as you can do a bulk upload. Okay, so that's media. So next is pages. Okay, so this is different from posts, as posts are for the blog, and then pages are like the menu links. So each page here has a unique URL. Okay, so I'll just add a new page. I'll just do tests. So we can just close out the kind of template selector. Then I'll do test page. Okay, so I'll just do test page. And then over here, you can set an image. And then again, same as the post, either it's a draft or publish. So I'll just publish it. Okay, and then view page. And over here, so the URL is /test page. Okay, so that's pages. And over here is comments. So this just gives you an overview of all the comments on your website. So you can disable this as well if you're not a social media or blogging platform. Okay, so when you install plugins, they'll have their own module section here. So I only have one plugin installed. So this is the WP Forms plugin. So you can click into that and then it'll just give you access to the plugin. But not all plugins have this module. Some of them are just within the settings, or some don't even have a module as well. You just activate the plugin and it automatically applies to the website. Okay, next is appearances. So this is important for theme customization. So this is where you can add themes, change your theme, update your themes. So anything to do with themes, you want to do it, go here into appearances. So we can just go customize. And then it gives us access to all the customization options and design options within our theme. So including navigation, styles, pages, templates, and patterns. Okay, so go back and then editor here. So, okay, and then here's the editor. So this is what we were using before. So it just allows you to customize the theme. Okay, so next here we have plugins. So you can add new plugins here. So just click add plugin. So this is the plugins here. So I'll show you all your active plugins. So you can deactivate plugins through here and then activate it or delete it. So just reactivate this and then you can quickly access settings directly within the plugins as well. Okay, and then you can also check if there's any updates for the plugins here. So if you're doing plugin maintenance, then the plugins module is where you'd want to be looking through. Okay, and then adding plugins. So if you want to add and download new plugins, then the plugin directory can be accessed through here. So next we'll go to users. So this is all the users on your platform. So you can see here their email and their role, as well as their posts, username, and icon. So you can just add a new user here and then add user. So just leave this. And then the profile. So this is just gives you some customization options regarding your profile, say coloring, and you would need to change your email or password or username, then you can do that through here. Okay, so next we'll do tools. So depending on the plugins you have installed, this could be different for you. So you can just import posts or comments from a different WordPress website directly into yours. So you can just install this one down here through the WordPress importer. So say if you're migrating to a new host, then you can use the import export feature. So if you're migrating to a new host, then you'll just want to do the export feature here. And then you'll be able to export your XML data and you can import it to a new WordPress website. Okay, so this is the site health. So this is what was available on the dashboard. So you can access it through tools as well. So export personal data. So this is about your user data and then erase personal data. Okay, and then next we have theme editor and plugin theme editor. So I wouldn't touch this unless if you're versed with programming, as one error can mess up the entire site. Okay, as well as the plugin editor here. So it just gives you access to the source code. Okay, and then lastly, we'll go through settings here. So settings is where you enter your site settings. So site title, the icon, as well as the URL and the admin email. So say if you're migrating a new admin, then you would change this here. So this is important as this is where all the website notifications come to, as well as say form requests by default. Okay, and then you can enable membership. So I worked on this in a previous tutorial, so you can view that if you want to go into more depth. Okay, and just the time format, I usually just keep this on default. Okay, so writing over here, so this is just the default post category and format, as well as post via email. So this isn't something I usually need to change. But reading is important, so this is where you would set your standard homepage. So right now it's the latest post, but if you have a homepage that you developed, then you can set that up here. So I'll do homepage, as well as some blog post settings. And this is important here as well, search engine visibility. So if this is a staging website that you don't want to be indexed by Google, then you can just enable this and it won't appear on Google or any other search engines. Okay, so I'll just click Save Change. So next is discussion. So this is for comments. So you can enable or disable, say, comment settings and post settings here, as well as any email notifications. Okay, so there's a lot that you can go through down here. So media settings. So this is the image sizing of your default image formats. So you want to make sure that you select the right image optimizations for your website as it affects your site speed. Okay, so this is important as well as the permalink. So this is the structure for your URL. So by default, it's set to post name. So you want to just keep it like that. I think that one's best for SEO. Okay, and then privacy over here. So if you have a privacy policy, then you can set that up here, or you can create one directly within the dashboard here, and I'll give you a standard privacy policy. So I'll just publish that. Okay, and then go back to the dashboard, and then settings, privacy, and then I'll say use this page. And awesome, so we have a privacy policy now. Okay, and then you can just collapse the menu here if you want a more in-depth view. And then we're just back here at the dashboard now. This concludes the end of the video. I hope it was helpful in giving you an introduction to the admin dashboard. If you need any help with any WordPress or web development projects, you can contact me at maplitmedia.ca. Please like and subscribe to stay up to date on my latest videos, and thanks for watching.